all of sports has to be Super Bowl week, and media day was yesterday. Now, I heard Zander this morning on Birds 365. He goes, "You think there's massive buzz to the Super Bowl?" I'm going to show you. Look, because of the teams, I get the conversation, right? There's still going to be 130 million people watch this thing on Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, Bad Bunny, Super Bowl Sunday. What can you get? I think there's going to be a ton of eyeballs on this game on Sunday because I think there's a lot of storylines. Also, some news coming out of Media Day, and that is this. Robert Kraft is not a Hall of Famer. So now you have the greatest, winningest coach, and now the greatest, winningest owner, not Pro Football Hall of Famers, and you have Shedeur Sanders as a Pro Bowler at the Pro Bowl games. Is that right? Okay. The greatest owner in Super Bowl era is not a Pro Football Hall of Famer. And the greatest coach is not a Hall of Famer. Not a very good scenario whatsoever when you're talking about Canton. Guys, hit the like button. We appreciate you very much. Thank you again. And we are going to come down to our Philadelphia Eagles here. And boy, do we have a topic here set up for you. All right. Please hit that like button. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Robert Kraft snubbed for Hall of Fame. Justin Fields is considered a Pro Bowler, but deny request. You got it. I saw that. So Justin Fields was first initially offered the opportunity to be a Pro Bowler. And he said, nah, that's all right. I'm out. Justin Fields is a Pro Bowler. Hey, you guys hammered me for this, and maybe I'm going to relent now. Hey, Sileo, nobody gives a shit about being a Pro Bowler. I'm starting to agree with you now. If Justin Fields and Shedeur Sanders are Pro Bowlers, maybe it really doesn't matter. Okay, maybe you win. For the first time, Big Sills may have to actually say this. You win. You win. When Justin Fields is turning down Pro Bowl selections, you know there's a problem, right? You know there's something wrong in Park Avenue. Holy cow. Hey, I'll tell you. Maybe they do need to go back to the game. Or maybe what they do need to go off the Madden. The NFL needs to get back the Madden list. I guess so. Hey, by the way, all Madden, that was always great, man. I loved watching that. I remember when John was doing it. One of the most influential guys in my broadcasting career, actually, was Coach Madden. All right, so let's get into, we're going to play a little game today. And I heard somebody say something. I think it was one of the radio stations in town about the Eagles and about their future. Okay. Obviously, the conversation about Vic Fangio. There was conversation about maybe whether or not Jeff Stoutland could potentially retire. So I'm not saying that the organization is in any kind of transition right now. But what I am saying is, how about this? Let's look at it this way. We're going to look at the future of the Eagles here. Okay? We're going to look at the future. And we're going to go down that lane, and we are going to ask about the future of the Philadelphia Eagles here. Okay? And you tell me at the end of the day here how you feel about the future. How do you feel about the future and the core dudes that are on this football team? Bleak. Okay? Let me get that up. There it is. I'm going to go to it in a second here. Bleak. What else? Anybody? How do you look at the future of the team? Where's Em Reyes when you need him? I'm going to look at the future of the team. No confidence in the offense. Okay? This is about going forward. Rebuilding. Come on, Em Reyes. You're being called upon. What do you make of the future of the football team as you get ready for free agency and you get ready for the upcoming draft? What do you make of the future? Definitely changes offensively coming, okay? No confidence in Nick whatsoever. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do this. Let's find out how many core guys you have on your future and who I think you are going to move forward with. And we're going to talk about your future and this so-called talent that you have on your football team. Okay? Young talent on your football team. Let's go there. The core group of your football team. This is going to be a conversation, and it's going to set up your free agency. It's going to set up how you're going to look going into 26, right? Remember one of the things that Zander kept saying this past offseason? We got a great young core of talent on our football team. A lot of good-looking talent, okay? Let's put that to the test right now on what kind of future you think you're going to have for the 26 season. Let's look at this right now. Let's go into it. Okay? Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start on defense. Is Moro Jomo part of your future? I don't think so. He's not part of your future. I mean, you're not going to build a football team around him, are you? If you can let Milton Williams go, you're going to let him go. You got another year with him, but it would go 26 and he's a free agent. So you're not going to address anything right now. So I would say Moro Jomo's not part of the future. Okay. Let's see. Jordan Davis. Let's put Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis, we all agree? I'm going to put defense right above it. Jordan Davis, part of your future? What do you think? Jordan Davis, part of the future of the Eagles? He's one of the core guys. Okay, one of the core guys, right? We'd agree? I'll even agree, yes. You had me laughing. It was more limited, the quarterback or the coach. Thank you very much. I appreciate the supers going to the top. Thank you. So, Jordan Davis, okay. Would love JD to stay. Fair enough. Okay. So, let's go to Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter has to be part of the core group of guys. Well, my exercise today is I want to see how many core guys you have. And all these core dudes you say you think you have, because I don't think you have as many as you think. Okay? All right. Jalen Phillips is not part of your future. Zach Bond's not part of your future. Nakobe Dean is not part of your future. Nolan Smith is not part of your future. Jalix Hunt is part of your future. Jalix Hunt. Do we all agree so far? Right? Appreciate you, Mr. Hill. Thank you. Big Sills, there's a lot of chatter in Philly regarding Vic. If he doesn't give you a straight answer after the Super Bowl, give him an ultimatum. My take is pay him more than Flores. He's earned the respect. Your take. Bang. Boom. We will, because, thank you, Mr. Hill, we will hit on that. Pay Vic more. Absolutely. We will hit on that. Thank you very much for the super. You disagree on Davis. I think he's too expensive. Okay, we'll get to that. We're going to go back. First, we got to identify the core guys. And then Crowley will go back and get this. Then we'll address it. Jalix Hunt, Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis. Reed Blankenship is not part of your future. Or do you think he is? How many people in here believe that Reed Blankenship is part of the Eagle core? We'll get there. Promise you. I just said it. I think it's a travesty. So we're going to address the core guys moving forward. Reed Blankenship is not part of your future. No matter what, Vic. Hey, get this. Zander said something interesting, and I'm going to apply this to what Zander said. Vic loves him. Well, Vic ain't going to be here in a year. Vic ain't going to be here in a year. So just because Vic likes him, that's almost irrelevant now. Vic's got one more year. Jahad Campbell, absolutely. Jahad Campbell. Let's see who else on defense. Quinyon Mitchell, Q, for sure. 6, Cooper DeJean. So on defense, you got 6 core guys out of 11 starters. Jordan Davis, and then we're going to go back and talk some money here. You've got Jordan Davis, you've got Jalen Carter, you've got Jelix Hunt, you've got Jahad Campbell, you've got Q, and you've got Cooper DeJean. Those are your 5 guys. What we're doing here is we're going to identify, because I heard somebody say something in Philly today. The Eagles have a lot of core guys. I don't think you do. So now let's go over to the offensive side and take a look at your offensive guys. And let's start with the quarterback. How many people think that Jalen Hurts is part of the core and he's part of the future of the team? Hey, McCubbard looks like a fine ball player, but I don't believe he's part of your future. Yeah, A.J. Brown. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. Hang on. We're going to get to these guys. We're going to get to the offense. Okay? Is Hurts part of the future? Is Hurts a core guy? Is Jalen Hurts a core dude? Stupid quarterback comment? Let's see what people say there. Spit. Well, 2 years is not a future. I don't know. To some extent. Hurts right now is, but he's currently on the hot seat. Well, then he's not part of your core. Do you believe Jalen Hurts is a core guy on your team? I don't. I don't think he is. Would you consider the quarterback to be one of your core guys building your football team for the Eagle future? Not me. 50-50? So your quarterback's not part of your future. On February 2nd? No. Wow. You guys are shocking me actually in here. Because he's not. I agree with you guys. He is not part of your future. So let's move down. Is Saquon Barkley part of your future? No. What's Barkley got left? 1 year? That's not future. Saquon Barkley won't be on this football team in 2 years. He's not part of your he's not part of your core group of guys. He's in the now. He's not part of your future. He's not part of your core group. Okay? A.J. Brown's not part of your future. You're debating right now whether or not A.J. Brown's even on the freaking team. So far, Hurts, Barkley, and A.J. are not part of your future. And not part of the core group of guys. I look at the defense. A young Jordan Davis. A young Jalen Carter. a young Jalen Hunt, a young Jod Campbell, a young Q, and a young Cooper DeJean. That's core group of dudes. That's a core group. That's building for the future. Is right there. Those 6 dudes on defense. And so far, quarterback's not, the running back's not, and your star receiver's not. 2 years, you'll be in a rebuild. Maybe even 1 year. The way we're talking now. Devontae Smith, absolutely part of your core. Devontae Smith. Jahan Dotson, absolutely not. Dallas Goedert, absolutely not. Lane Johnson, absolutely not. Jordan Mailata, I'm going to put yes. Part of your future. Boy, sounds like to me, you got a lot of dudes on your football team that, I mean, A.J. Brown, you're debating whether he'll be here. Barkley's got another year left at best. A.J., I mean, we just said it. Lane Johnson has maybe no years left. Devontae Smith. How about Landon Dickerson? You think Landon Dickerson's part of your future? I don't. Well, wait. Let's take that back. Let's give Landon Dickerson the benefit of the doubt because of injury. So let's do this. Let's give him the benefit. I'm good with that. I'll put Landon Dickerson here. Landon Dickerson. How about Cam Jurgens? I am completely out on him. He's not part of your future. He's not part of your future. Tyler Steen is not part of your future. Get this. Cam is a no. Correct. Okay, so who's left? Steen's not. He's replaceable. So let's take a look at your core group of dudes. On offense, Devontae Smith are people you want to build around. Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson. The rest of those dudes, it's debatable if they're here in 2 years. They're not part of your future. As of right now, you got 9 guys that are core group of dudes out of 22. 9. Half your football team are people that you're going to look at as core dudes. Most of them, and 6 of them are on defense. Your offense is going to go through transition here. Okay? And get this. You see this douchebag here? Just because you're paying them don't mean they're good. You paid A.J. Brown that money, and he wasn't very good this year. Saquon Barkley was average. And get this. Not anytime soon? Well, then guess what? You'll suck and win 7 ball games this year. Guys, where's your core on being good? It's on defense. There's 3 guys that I think are your core group of dudes that are people you could build your team around. The other guys, they're hemorrhaging your salary cap. Cam's not going to be any better. A.J. Brown's not going to be here. Dallas Goedert's gone. Lane's retiring. And get this, like I said, Hurts is not getting any better. Where's your future on offense? Help me out here on that. Go down the list again offensively. Hurts is not getting any better. Barkley's not getting any younger. and you're paying him, which is now dumb. AJ, 50-50, he's here. He doesn't even want to be here. Smith is a core guy. Dotson's not. Goddard's not. Mulata is. Dickerson is. Juergens isn't. Steen isn't. And Lane Johnson's not. You got 3 guys on offense. And to M. Reyes' point, hold on, so negative? We're talking about building for free agency, Kim, and then working into the draft. I was told you had a core group. I'm not being negative. We're called being a realist. This is not rose-petaled shows. You told me the entire offseason you were loaded on talent. I told you were full of shit. Negative? Leon. Okay, Leon, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you pick them. Sills, this is the reason Howie and Laurie are making these decisions, because they see the writing on the wall and hoping to win just with talent. I know. I get this. They don't want to hear the facts. I'm trying to set up your free agency and what you have to do in free agency. You don't want to hear it. That's crazy. That's crazy that you guys are in here with knee pads. Hey, Leon, let me go here, Leon. I'll go with you. Moral Jomo's not part of your future. Jalen Phillips is not part of your future. Zach Bond will be here 2 more years at most. N'Kobe's not. Nolan Smith isn't. Adoree Jackson's not. Reed Blankenship's not. Marcus Epps isn't. Q is. And Cooper DeJean is. I mean, what have I said that's not truth? What has been not true? The truth hurts, Sills. I'm pissed about Elliott's extension, too. I mean, what am I not telling the truth on? What am I being negative on? Leon, what am I being negative on? I'm talking about setting up for free agency here. Who are the guys that you're going to build around? Okay? Look at this guy. The only way you figure out what your moves are going to be, dumb nuts, is if who you think you have as a core group of dudes, then you fill in the gaps. This guy is, hey, I get dumber every time I talk to that asshole. Honestly, I get dumber. I get dumber. It's not criticism. It's reality. Okay? It's reality. There's 3 dudes that are core guys that will be here in the next 5 years. Devontae, Mulata, and Landon. On defense, it's about 6. There's 9 dudes. Hey, by the way, I'm going to show you something. Let me go to the New York Giants, and I'll show you how that number relates to other teams. Let's pick a team. Let's pick the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll show you what I'm talking about and how that number is not as shitty as you think it is, 9 guys. Is Dak Prescott going to be on the Cowboys in 3 years? No. He's not part of their future. Is CeeDee Lamb? Yes. Is Pickens? No. Is Jake Ferguson? Yes. Is Hunter Luepke? No. Is Tyler Smith? Yes. Is Cooper Beebe? No. Brock Hoffman? No. Tyler Booker? Yes. Is Terrence Steele? Probably. On defense. Donovan? Yes. The 2 tackles, yes. Quinn Williams. Dante Fowler, no. Overshawn, yes. James, Murray, Revel, Wilson, Hooker, no. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 guys in Dallas that are part of their core. It's standard. No team has 15 or 16 guys that are a core group of dudes. You're snowed on maybe Revel, maybe he is part of it. Okay? Okay? Let's see here. You don't know shit about their team. Who, the Cowboys? Of course not. That's why the CEO comes on our program. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. Ferguson's not in Dallas' future. No, and neither is Dak. Well, yeah, you know what? Probably so. I'll take it. Yes. Okay? So let me go here. As I said, what are you going to do on your offensive side of the football? And you're talking about Vic potentially leaving. Seals, when Vic leaves, you think the drop-off will be significant with Clint hurt? It'll look a lot different. It'll be a lot different. Vic is great, but can you afford to wait if there's a solid replacement out there this year rather than wait a year? There's no coordinator unless it's Spagnuolo, Jim Schwartz. Who else? Maybe Sean McDermott that you could have as a guy. Raheem's already been hired to San Francisco. Seals, Howie has a boatload of decisions. What would you do? That's the question. You got to start the replacement of the overhaul of the offense. Let's do this. I think there's a great chance you're losing Lane, AJ, and Goddard. And I'll make this point. You may have Lane, but let's put the percentages on this. Lane's 50-50 on coming back. I think that number on AJ is higher than 50-50. I think it's 70-30. He's out. That new coordinator you hired is only an indictment of what you're going to do as you did a year ago. You're not changing your offense. AJ could not be happy with that hire. There's no way in hell. Do you know what that would be like for me? That would be like you having a 43 defensive coordinator and a 4-3 coordinator, and you hire a 34. I'm out of a job. I'm not a nose tackle. And you want me to play out of position. That's exactly what AJ's looking with that hire. AJ's going to look at that hire and go, they're not looking to spread the ball around. What the hell does he know about spreading the ball around? The most experienced guy in the entire offensive side is the quarterback, not the coordinator. AJ doesn't want to play in that, nor would I. It's a stupid comment. You hired a guy. As a matter of fact, this may be a perfect way for them to get rid of AJ even more and force him out. That's almost like forcing AJ Brown out of your team. Okay? You bringing a guy in who's never called plays, in my opinion, is a message to AJ. All that shit you complained about a year ago, well, you ain't going to be here this year to complain about it. There's no way. Get this. Where in your right mind would you think that made him happy? Where would you think that? Like, where? In what world? A.J. Brown is happy about that. Help me out there on that. How is he happy? How's he happy? You're going to throw the ball what? Less? More? What? Oh, we don't know. Nobody likes to go into training camps not knowing what the hell you're doing. All middle routes? Quarterback can't throw across the middle of the field. And the quarterback doesn't throw across the middle of the field. So my point is, in free agency, I think you're going to need, hey, I don't think you're going to have to replace the quarterback this year, but you're going to have to replace a right tackle, a right guard, a wide receiver, a tight end, a running back, all within the next 2 years. And who knows what the quarterback's going to do in 26. And get this. This is what people are going to say in Philly. Well, we're hoping for health. Okay? Because players always get healthier, right? Oh, and by the way, you think there's any coincidence each and every single guy in that offense sucked last year? You're blaming all that on the coordinator? Says A.J. Brown might love his money more than the potential of making the Hall of Fame. I would. Okay? That's a loser mentality, Sil. What? What's a loser mentality? That you got to replace all those guys? Oh, that you're hoping that your guys get healthier. Okay? Do you let the big contracts walk so you can sign the backup quarterback if you think Hurts replacement, which I'm not sure? How about this? The big-time contracts, like M. Reyes says, you're going to have to die with those. Cam Jurgens? If Landon doesn't bounce back, by the way, let me just Google this. How many surgeries has Landon Dickerson had since in the NFL? "13 surgeries. And he's your future? Offensive lineman Landon Dickerson has undergone a total of 13 surgeries in his NFL career. As of October 24th, he's battled various injuries, at least 2 surgeries requiring alone on his knee, including a meniscus cleanup in his right knee and a back injury. Total injuries through his career of October 25th, he's had a total of 13 surgeries. So you think that guy's your future? 13 surgeries? You think maybe 6 have caught up with him? Out of those 13? 13 surgeries. Back, knee, foot, ankle. Get this. Sills is a hater. For what? Saying that Landon Dickerson has had 13 surgeries and you might want to think about a replacement? I think that you would think Howie Roseman was a hater then, because how I'm talking or how personnel people talk. I don't think you guys would really like how the NFL talks behind the doors at NovaCare. I don't think you guys realize how NFL executives talk, because it's not love. And get this, it's not what you think. Oh, you had only 13 surgeries? You know what the personnel people are saying? Howie, this guy's had 13 surgeries. It's time to think about a replacement for the guy. As much as we love the dude, and they do love the guy. Okay? Sills, thoughts on Kraft not making the Hall of Fame? It's asinine. The winningest owner in the history of the National Football League and the winningest head coach, not Hall of Famers? Okay, so I badmouthed the Eagles talking about surgeries that were on your offensive guard, and I'm asking you how you're going to build and rebuild your football team with free agency like you did the defense. And you called that hating? You know what I'll call you? A snowflake. Snowflake. Man, you are not a Philly fan. You are not an Eagle fan. Nobody gives a shit about the players on the back of the net. They care about the team, I thought. Man, you're a snowflake. Holy shit. Toughen up, guy. Go listen to one of those other snow job shows. Crazy? We talk like the NFL in here, man. Some of that is not cool for you. I get it. Go home and you get upset. We're talking about, I'm not ripping your team here. I have not ripped your team in 1 second. I have not said one thing negative about it. I'm talking about rebuilding your football team, asshole. What a snow job. NFL is cutthroat people. Time to move on. Thank you, but goodbye. Correct. Hey, when they moved on from Derek Brooks, or they moved on from John Lynch, and they moved on from Warren Sapp, and they moved on, you know what everybody was saying to me about that shit? They're not going to move on. Of course they're going to move on. The Glazers moved on from those guys, brought new dudes in. Everyone goes, how come they didn't treat them like that? You know why? Because that's not how the NFL talks. That's not how the NFL talks. I'm with you, Prince. Cam's done. Some guys have long careers. Some guys have short careers. Seals, what should Howie's number one priority be? I like that, Jimbo. We're going to get to that. Seals, you trade down, pick up multiple 2 picks, plus don't have to pay a lot in first-round money. Kyle, I do dig that. I think this draft is going to be pretty deep offensive line-wise. Can we rebuild through the draft and free agency? Yes. You know why? There's only one guy in the room that gets the benefit of the doubt. You know who that is? It's Howie. Nick don't. Nobody else in that building. Hey, you know what I wrote down here? Do you know who the most unreplaceable person in the Philadelphia Eagle organization is? Not your quarterback. It's not your D coordinator, who it would be a loss. It's Howie. As long as Howie's in that building, you're going to be competitive. Okay? And like I said, you know what we're doing here? We're setting you up for March 11th. And then the draft. These are questions you talk now about. Who's your core group of dudes? Okay? How many people have said this? Eaglevania, how many times have you heard Howie Roseman say, well, I'm already 2 years ahead of this process. I'm already thinking 2 years ahead. That's kind of what we're doing. Within the interim, you've got free agency. That's hating. That's called building your team and taking a look at what you have and what you don't have and what you're not going to have to build with. Hating? How do you build a team? Do you even know what you're talking about when you're talking about building a team? How many times have you heard Howie say, if you're thinking about it now, it's too late? Eaglevania. Thank you, Eaglevania. Right message, wrong messenger. We have to listen to the facts being said. Stop putting emotions in this. The season is over. Go Birds. That's exact. Take your emotions out of it. Your emotions. Hey,